In this video, we've compiled Undercover Boss moments when employees got fired. So without further ado, let's dive in.
I'm kind of the face of the company. It's going to be extremely hard to disguise me. Looks like I have a big head. So throughout my undercover journey, I'll be posing as Kathy Cooper, a rockabilly chick competing to open up my own restaurant. This is weird.
In this episode of Undercover Boss, Jane Grote-Abel, the chairman of Donato's Pizza, assumes an undercover role in her company and encounters a delivery driver named Aaron. Initially, Jane perceives Aaron as an outstanding driver with great potential. She's particularly impressed by his customer service skills during their interactions. However, as Jane continues to observe Aaron, she becomes aware of his involvement in illegal activities. During his deliveries, Aaron sometimes accepts invitations from customers to smoke marijuana with them. Jane is deeply disappointed and feels betrayed by his actions. She realizes that not only is this behavior unsafe, but it's also against the law.
Delivering pizzas was one of my favorite jobs when I was growing up, but I've not delivered pizzas in 30 years.
All right, so I'm gonna give the customer a call again. My phone's in my car, so
Okay.
I'm gonna have to run out and grab that really quick.
I'll wait here for you. Hi, did you order Donato's?
Yes, I did.
Hi, I'm Jane. Nice to meet you.
Confronting Aaron about his actions, Jane expresses her anger and informs him that she'll have to terminate his employment as a delivery driver. Despite her disappointment, Jane recognizes that Aaron has other valuable qualities and offers him a second chance. She proposes that if he undergoes a drug test within the next 30 days and proves his commitment to change, he can return to work in the kitchen.
If you can take a drug test in 30 days,
Okay.
you can come back and work in the kitchen.
Wow. Would really appreciate that.
All right, well, then we'll be in touch.
Jane empathizes her mixed feelings, explaining that she likes Aaron and acknowledges his positive attributes. She appreciates his quick thinking and efficiency in his duties. Despite her anger, Jane decides to give him an opportunity to redeem himself by working in a different role, provided he meets the condition of passing a drug test within the specified timeline. Aaron expresses gratitude for the chance to prove himself and agrees to undergo the drug test. He understands the seriousness of his actions and is determined to demonstrate to Jane that he genuinely values the opportunity she's offering.
I want to go undercover because we're at a critical point in retro fitness. Today we're in Fair Lawn, New Jersey, Retro Fitness, where we'll be working at the front desk. It would be my expectation that whoever's working is up for the task. The front desk position is really important. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. You got your...
I do, yes.
Oh, there we
I am
go.
ready.
Retro Fitness founder Eric Casaburi decides to go incognito to assess the state of his company. His attention is drawn to Jacqueline, a front desk associate of one of the branches who seems to be in need of an attitude adjustment. Initially making a good impression, Jacqueline's true colors are revealed as she openly expresses her discontent and condescension towards the job and customers. As Eric prepares for his undercover mission at the Fair Lawn, New Jersey branch of Retro Fitness, he expresses his expectations for employees to be up for the task, emphasizing the importance of the front desk position. Upon meeting Jacqueline, he greets her cordially, hoping to gain insights into the everyday operations of the club. However, Jacqueline's nonchalant demeanor and dismissive attitude become apparent as she downplays the responsibilities of her role. When Eric raises concerns about customers potentially hesitating to approach her with questions, she arrogantly dismisses the idea, stating that people frequently interrupt and act obnoxiously towards her. She even goes as far as to express her desire to physically harm them. As the undercover operation continues, Jacqueline showcases her unconventional methods by making smoothies according to her own preferences rather than following the recipes. She callously discards all leftover smoothies down the drain, disregarding their value.
Want to do smoothies?
Yeah, I think it's great.
They're really important. It's super explanatory, like you would be literally brain dead if you can't get it. So if you look at that and can't understand it, then you should probably turn around and not do this. So here, this is our peanut butter and chocolate. We're not supposed to put more than what it says on the menu.
Eric is taken aback by her lack of professionalism and the dissonance between her pleasant appearance and her offensive remarks.
People love to interrupt here. People love to be obnoxious. I'm not a slave. I don't work for you. People, I just want to punch them in the face sometimes.
Oh, nice girl and nice smile. Think, hey, all is right in the world. And then she opens her mouth and she's like, the bats from hell start flying.
This interaction showcases her insubordination and further reveals her disrespectful demeanor towards both her superiors and company guidelines. Feeling appalled by Jacqueline's behavior, Eric decides to end his undercover assignment prematurely. He contacts the franchise manager, Bob, to discuss the situation, ultimately leading to a conversation with Jacqueline. In this meeting, Eric expresses his shock at her actions and reveals that he had no choice but to call Bob. Understanding the gravity of the situation, Bob agrees that parting ways with Jacqueline is the best course of action.
You know who this is?
Yes, I know who it is.
Hey, Eric.
Bob, I called you in because you're my franchisee and Jacqueline's direct boss. What I witnessed there was nothing shy of scary. In fact, I left the job early. I had to get the hell out of there. I said, I gotta call Bob. I can't believe there's someone on this staff that's doing this at this club.
You're aware of what he told me, right?
No, yeah, I know everything, but like, you know me, Bob. And do you ever see that?
In the end, Eric's decision to fire Jacqueline is driven by the fact that her behavior was both alarming and unacceptable. As a CEO of Retro Fitness, he can't tolerate such disrespectful and unprofessional conduct, especially from an employee who interacted directly with customers.
Last time I worked in a kitchen other than one in my house, 20 years ago, so it's been a long time. I'm looking for Dave.
Dave, we're running a little behind right now. Our rush is starting to start. And head on back this way. So Chop was right in the middle of our rush.
Right.
You see that big stack of mugs right there?
I do.
Put them in the freezer.
In another episode of Undercover Boss, Kobe Brooks, the president and CEO of Hooters, decides to go undercover within his own company to gain insights and understand the challenges faced by his employees. However, Kobe finds himself struggling to keep up in the fast-paced kitchen environment. As he observes the operations, he realizes that the kitchen staff needs to work faster, and he takes action by throwing some frozen mugs to motivate them. During his undercover experience, Kobe also comes across a restaurant manager named Jimbo, who's mistreating and stereotyping his staff. Jimbo organizes ridiculous and humiliating competitions for his own entertainment.
I'm going to be assistant general manager inside the store. GM in the store he's the coach. He's got all of his players underneath him. He's got to make sure the entire team works good together. How he talks to his staff, what kind of coaching job he's doing. Hi, Scotty, how are you?
The first thing we're going to do is uniform lineup, all right?
Form this line, form a perfect line. It looks style to me.
Recognizing the need to address this issue, Kobe takes Jimbo aside for a conversation. He explains to Jimbo that as the assistant general manager, his role is to ensure that the team works well together. Kobe expresses his concerns about Jimbo's behavior, emphasizing that it goes against the values and principles of the Hooters brand.
Way that you interact with the girls, quite frankly, is inappropriate. You're no better than they are. You said, don't forget, all these girls are prima donnas. Just stereotyping your whole cast of girls. There's lines you don't cross.
Kobe then brings Jimbo into his office for a more serious discussion. He highlights the importance of treating the Hooters girls with respect and dignity, emphasizing that they're an integral part of the brand. Cody criticizes Jimbo for stereotyping and disrespecting the staff, pointing out that such behavior is unacceptable. Jimbo, unlike a previous employee featured on the show, accepts his mistake without argument. He acknowledges that his interactions with the girls were inappropriate and admits that he needs to change his behavior. Understanding the gravity of the situation, Jimbo agrees to apologize to his staff as requested by Kobe.
Apology to your staff is necessary in this situation. You do that for me when you go back?
And I took a step back and, okay, I get it. I get what he says, and yeah.
In this episode, Kobe Brooks takes his role as the undercover boss seriously, using his experience to identify and address issues within his company. He understands the importance of maintaining a respectful and supportive work environment, and he takes immediate action to rectify the situation with Jimbo. By holding Jimbo accountable for the behavior and ensuring that he apologizes to the staff, Kobe demonstrates his commitment to upholding the values and standards of the Hooters brand.
The least favorite part is the customer always has to be right. I absolutely hate that.
In a peculiar incident on Undercover Boss, a Boston Market employee named Ronnie found himself in hot water when he unintentionally revealed his true feelings about customers. As an hourly supervisor, Ronnie was selected to interact with the Undercover Boss and discuss various aspects of his job. Unfortunately for Ronnie, he took this opportunity to express a strong disdain for customers, going so far as to claim that he hated them more than anything else in the world. He openly criticized customers for their constant demands and stated that he detested the notion that the customer is always right. Ronnie's troubles compounded when he expressed a particular aversion towards children and the elderly, considering them the most bothersome to deal with due to their indecisiveness and inability to communicate effectively.
Children and old people are literally the worst I've ever seen in my entire life. because none of them know what they want and they're like literally can't talk.
His contemptuous remarks were met with shock and disappointment from the undercover boss, who promptly confronted Ronnie and revealed her true identity as Sarah Bydorf, the chief brand officer of Boston Market.
I'm not actually Rachel.
Who are you?
My name is Sarah Bydorf, and I'm the chief brand officer of Boston Market.
No.
And you're on Undercover Boss.
Oh my God.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna send you home for the day. You might wanna think about whether this is really the right job choice for you.
Realizing the gravity of his words and the consequences they would likely bring, Ronnie was sent home for the day. Sarah Bydorf advised him to reflect on whether his current job was the right choice for him. It was evident that Ronnie's actions had jeopardized his employment, and his termination seemed imminent. While it's not uncommon for individuals to dislike their jobs, Ronnie's extreme dislike for customers was particularly problematic. If he truly despised serving customers to such an extent, he should have pursued a different career path or sought employment where customer interaction was minimal. Moreover, it was baffling that Ronnie would openly express these negative sentiments while being filmed for a television show. Did he believe his remarks would go unnoticed, or did he underestimate the potential consequences? Clearly, he had miscalculated. On Undercover Boss, we often witness the worst employees who deserve to get fired for their actions. But on Undercover Boss, there are also the best employees ever. Click here to watch our video, Best Employees on Undercover Boss.